up? We are going live, going live. All right, fuck. Day 7. Yeah, this has been fun. So this is officially a week fucking with this shit. I wanted to show you. My friend Nikki got me this cup. I don't know if you can see it. It's for photographers. I think it's pretty good, but it holds the liquid gold that I need. Probably don't need it, but I do love it. So yesterday I ran a podcast with my friend Sam. I love doing the podcast. What I found is then I have to switch my setup in here. So it took me longer. It took me like 10, probably 15 minutes to remove things back around for this. Plugging in different cords, different cameras, whatever. And then I got another podcast today at 3. So got to move everything back to podcast mode for that. Fuck, dude. Never enough time. And I complained about that yesterday, so whatever. I need to finish this photo editing, but I'm like already losing time today. Let's see, what time is it? 12:30. I basically have 3 hours till I need to pick up Cinda, and then we're gonna go grab Robbie and do this podcast. So, yeah, I could probably do some photo editing. I did want to run to Costco, but I like to go to Costco in the week to, avoid as much of the crowds as possible. But it does seem like sometimes I end up having like a lot of time on Sunday, but then I'm like, fuck, dude, I don't want to go to Costco today. But yeah, what's up, Russell? But I need to find out if they have non-poisonous eggs there, because they just did that fucking recall eggs, and like I guess a few people died and shit. I don't know what that was about, but I also was like a half to 3/4 away through my 24 eggs when I found out that they recalled all their eggs and a bunch of people died, and I was like, well, cool. Glad I didn't die because I didn't know about this and I already ate most of them. So then I just ended up finishing the rest of the eggs because I'm like, well, if I already ate most of this batch, I'm sure it's fine. Maybe that was a little too risky. But yeah, and then I don't know if it's because they recalled eggs or what, but I was like, well, I'll just go to Fred Meyer since Costco probably doesn't have eggs. And they were like $7.50 for a dozen. And that's like just the standard eggs. It's not the cage-free. I think they had extra cages on these eggs. I think they double caged the chickens on these eggs, and they were still $7.50. The non-organic, like extra poisonous eggs, double caged, $7.50 for a dozen. I mean, I don't really know. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I try to follow along, but shit's annoying. I mean, obviously prices have gone through the roof on so much shit, and everyone was frustrated, and so then we elected Trump instead of Biden or Harris or whoever, and we're like, yeah, we need change. I understand that. People want fucking change. They're tired of the same bullshit. But then I don't understand how, especially when it comes to money, you're like, okay, so I want cheaper food, I want cheaper house prices, and like I want to lower interest rates, basic shit, cheaper gas. But then, so we're like, oh, we're going to vote for the other party because this one's like fucking up. And so then we vote for the other party. They're like, well, we're going to create all these tariffs, which I guess in the long run are supposed to help us bring shit back to the US, but it's going to cost even more for shit. So I'm like, we voted for something because things were too expensive and now it's going to get more expensive. Somebody riddle me that. It just seems strange. But I'm going to try to treat eggs because I eat eggs every morning pretty much. And like I'm going to buy them whether they're $7.50 or $17.50. I'm probably still going to buy them So I gotta just treat eggs like I treat gas, where it's just like, dude, you're gonna get it regardless. So I just don't look at gas prices, or I try not to. I just go to the cheapest place and typically go to Walmart and just get that Walmart gas, and it doesn't matter if it's $2 or $4. I got to drive my car, So it doesn't seem beneficial to my life to be frustrated about it or worry about it when I'm going to have to buy it anyway. I'm just gonna have to cut back on other things that I can control. Like if food's through the roof, I don't eat out as much. Like that's a smart move, but I still got to drive the same amount going to work, and I still got to eat 2 to 3 eggs in the morning. I mean, if I don't eat eggs in the morning, like what do I eat? Like, I mean, protein isn't really any cheaper in other areas. Maybe it is. Instead of having 2 slices of bacon with 3 eggs, I have 6 slices of bacon and no eggs. I don't really know. Anyway, I've been just thinking a lot about my progress, and somebody told me the other day that they're like, how's 75 hard going and stuff, and I was like, yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks, but it's good for me, like, obviously I'm being a little facetious. I mean, it does suck, but it is very hard, but it is good in my life, and I'm very glad that I'm doing it. But anyway, he's just like, oh, talk to me on January 10th, because apparently January 10th is like the day when most people give up their New Year's resolutions. I don't really consider the 75 hard New Year's resolution, even though I did start it on New Year's Day, because it's not something I'm doing for the full year. I'm not drinking for the full year. I'm not working out 2-a-days for the full year. Although, I mean, I might do another stint of this later this year, or another challenge or something like that. But, I mean, yeah, if talk to me at the end, I might fucking love how I feel and be like, yeah, let's keep this shit going. However, I guess the only resolution I really have with myself is doing my best to get 1 podcast out a week. I don't want to create a hard line. Like if I miss a week, I don't want to just like stop or something like we talked about yesterday. So, but yeah, I think I'm going to make 75 hard past the 10th. I don't really foresee any trouble with that. I mean, it's definitely complicated and fitting it in. Yesterday was pretty difficult because when I talked on the live feed, I had only done my walking outside, still hadn't done the gym, had to run some errands to get ready for the podcast, did that, and then it felt like go all day because I did the podcast, and then as soon as I get done, I'm like, oh shit, it's band practice time, so tried to dump some files and then get my piano and stuff together, then went to band practice, grabbed some food from Jimmy John's because I'm like, I don't have time to fucking cook. So I'm just going. And then did band practice, and then went home and created a clip for one of the podcasts, and then went to the gym. And then I'm at the gym till like 10:30, came back, read, and it's like 11:30 by the time I went to bed, and I knew I had to get up at 6:30. So I didn't even get 8 hours of sleep, which pisses me off. Normally, I don't run well at all with less than 8 hours. So today's 7. I'll be all right, but I can't do that multiple days in a row, or I just fucking get real cranky. I'm not even like a cranky guy. I could just tell. I get irritable. I get like, I don't know, people talking to me start annoying me, especially if I go to the bar and I'm hanging out with a bunch of drunken assholes and I'm not drinking, then I would get extra irritable for sure. And I just, start running slower, more sluggish. So I definitely try to focus on my sleep. Actually, I've been listening to this podcast with Matthew Walker, who is like a sleep scientist and talks a lot about just why we sleep. I read his book, what to do to get better sleep, steps you can take, the importance of it, all that shit. So it's just like a reminder for me to really focus on that. Probably gonna buy some more CBD oil. CBD obviously stands for Certified Bed Determination. I don't know that to be true. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it stands for. No, I think you can use it for other shit too. But in other news, my knee's still fucking killing me. But we played some good rock and roll last night. I was talking to my buddy Severo in Vegas, and we're just talking about making some plans to do shit sober in Vegas. Might hit a show, might rent some mountain bikes, go mountain biking, and still get some dinners. Hopefully hit the pool if it's nice enough, but definitely no drinking. That's gonna be weird. I actually went to Vegas one other time when I wasn't drinking. Hold on. Yeah, dude, black coffee, man. That's so good. We were, what was that? It was like 3 years ago. We had bought tickets to the first When We Were Young Fest. So, I don't know if you guys remember when it came out. It was like all these bands from, 15, 20 years ago. And I was like, holy shit, is this even real? So we ended up getting tickets, me and my buddy Todd, and he got a ticket for his daughter. And kind of forgot when it was. And then that was the first year when I decided to do 100 Days Sober. And, was reading about fucking liver disease and psoriasis and shit. And I was just like, fuck, I got a problem. I got to nip this in the bud. And so I'm like, I'm going 3 months at least. So I ended up doing 100 days. But I'm going 100 days sober. And I just like made that decision. And then I like realized kind of into it. I was telling Todd about it. He's like, dude, you're going to be sober for the fucking festival? I was like, oh, fuck me, dude. There's always a reason to not go sober. There's always a reason to not do a stint. There's always something going on. There's always a trip. There's always somebody's birthday. There's always a holiday. So if you let that shit get in the way, you're never gonna do it. Like there's always something and it's some excuse. So you just gotta fucking buckle down and be like, you know what? I'm doing it anyway. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna do it sober. So I did bring some acid with me to Vegas. And so we go down there, and then the next morning it was like super stormy, so they fucking canceled the whole festival, which was quite the bummer. So the day that I was supposed to go, they canceled it, and we were frustrated, and then we're like, dude, we're in Vegas, we might as well make the best of it. So we went around, we fucking gambled. I didn't drink, I just chilled and had like soda waters and shit. And then got some food, just walked the strip and stuff. And then that night, I ended up taking some acid, going back out. I had a really fucking good night. Like, I was like, I had a mindset shift. And I was like, dude, I'm going to make the best of it. I actually had this feeling. I was like, I'm going to find a way to get us tickets for tomorrow. And tomorrow they were doing another When We Were Young. But, like, you couldn't get in just because your other ones were canceled because they already had that sold out with new people coming in. So I was like, dude, I guarantee I'm going to meet the right person. I'm going to find somebody who's selling their tickets or whatever, and I'm going to buy us tickets for tomorrow, and we're going to go tomorrow. That didn't end up happening, but I had it in my mind. But I did we went out to a really nice dinner where we had oysters, and we had bought some weed too, and I was like, dude, I was in such a giving mood. I remember I paid for dinner, because it was Todd's birthday, and I was just like, dude, I got it, and I was feeling very, very giving, and I had I think I had 2 joints or blunts on me. And I was going out. They kind of stayed in after that, and I was just going out by myself, walking around, and I just had such a high energy. And I was like, dude, I'm gonna give away this weed if somebody asks me about it. I mean, dude, I will give the sweatshirt off my back if somebody comments on it. I was just feeling very like giving, and I was like, if I give to the universe, I'm gonna receive as well, and in some way, we're gonna get these tickets. So I meet some guys in the lobby, gave them some weed. I met some other guys. They're like, yeah, we're looking for some weed. I was like, here, I got some, you can have it. And they're like, what? Like, so I was making friends left and right. I ended up meeting these really two cute black girls when I was at this one cocktail lounge, and I was sipping on this mocktail. I like took their picture, and we're like hanging out, and I was just vibing with them both. And so I get their numbers, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna go out later. And I was like, let's go. And so I was like, I'm gonna hang out with these two cute girls and see if I can have a threesome tonight. And I just and then I went and hit the tables. They went to like get ready. I bought it was one of their birthday maybe or something, and I was like, I can't buy you a shot because I'm not like at the bar, but I was like, I gave him like $40, and I was just like, when you go to dinner, get yourself a shot. And they're like, no way, like you're dope. And then I went and gambled, and I was trying to find one of my favorite games, which is Mississippi Stud, and they don't have it up here in Jackpot, like when I go gamble in Jackpot, Nevada. So the only one that I could find was in Caesar's Palace, and it was like 25 a hand. And normally I'm trying to play for $5 or $10 a hand, but I'm like, fuck, whatever, let's just go. And played Mississippi Stud, just killed it. And so I went from, I had a couple $100 on me. I went up to like 1,200 or something like that. Like I made a bunch of money. And I was like, holy shit, like just doing so good. I was like talking to people beside me. So I was like, man, this energy is awesome. Like I'm just having the best time, not even drinking. And I never really been to the one nightclub. I don't really go to nightclubs in Vegas, but I was hoping to still meet up with the girls, and they were texting me, and then all of a sudden they stopped texting me. But I go to this nightclub and had fun. And then eventually went home. The girls texted me the next morning. They're like, oh, fuck, we fell asleep. And I was like, God damn it. But it is what it is. So no threesome in Vegas for me. But I had a really fucking good night. And the reason I'm telling you that story was that was the last time that I was sober in Vegas. California sober, of course, because of the acid. But yeah, man, it was so good, and it was just like a mindset shift. And I could have been pissed the whole weekend because of the canceled festival. I could have been annoyed because I wasn't drinking, but I just really took on a positive attitude, and it was cool to see just how much fun that I had without any inebriation on the alcohol level and still having a good time. Maybe I would have had a worse time if I lost my money instead of won, but I can't guarantee that the vibes that I had made me win, but I think there might be something to it. I don't know. So every time I gamble, especially at tables, I try to bring a lot of like positive energy into the table and have a lot of fun with people. So yeah. So I guess Vegas will be fine. Like we're still gonna have a really good time. Anyway, that was it for my rambling. I gotta get fucking getting some of this shit done today. Yeah, I'm also doing this thing real quick. I had thought about it last year, but I want to try to keep doing it, and I just started yesterday, but writing a word on my mirror. You know when you write on your mirror, you like a message to you, like if you leave it on the mirror and you don't, it eventually just blends into the background and you don't read that message. And Andrew Huberman had talked about how you, like whatever your focus is, you need to rewrite it each day. So put it in a different place, write a new post-it note, etc. So I might end up writing the same stuff, or I might write different stuff, but I kind of want to rewrite something each day in the morning. Just get up, erase the word before, or maybe rewrite that word if that's what I'm feeling for the day, or write something different. Yesterday I wrote, I love you. And then I tried to just every time I look in the mirror say that to myself. Today I wrote thankful, and I am very thankful for the things that I have and the progress I'm making. And so now when I go to the bathroom, I try to just when I see that be like, oh yeah, thankful for this or thankful for that or just thankful for my life. So I don't know, maybe that's something to try if anyone watches this And you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Tomorrow starts week number 2. So, so far, so good. We're going to keep fucking trucking along and keep doing the work. So, peace. Ooh.